Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 14th of March 2023 and the entire global cryptocurrency market has pumped up to the moon. A few days ago, Bitcoin was on the verge of going below the $20,000 mark, but fortunately the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have absolutely pumped up. Now could this be just a trick and the market manipulators are trying to manipulate the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? So we'll definitely go ahead and talk about that in today's episode. Now today guys, it is a very crucial date because today the CPI numbers are going to be out and the official link to look at the CPI numbers is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So we'll definitely go ahead and talk about that in today's episode. Now I wouldn't be surprised if the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies drastically fall down after the CPI numbers are out. And guys, since the weekend, there's some massive drama going on Circle USDC and we have some update on Circle USDC. And this definitely might strengthen the mood for stablecoin issuers. Now we have some massive news regarding Facebook or Meta, and they have decided to shut down NFTs across Instagram and Facebook. So definitely quite a lot to talk about in today's episode. Now look guys, 2022 was one of the worst years for DeFi protocols, and unfortunately since the last 24 hours, the total value locked of DeFi has gone down to $21.3 billion. Less than half of what it was last week. So this is definitely not ideal in the world of DeFi. Now could it be possible that this is the end of DeFi? So we'll definitely go ahead and talk about that in today's episode. So quite a lot to cover in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, we're going to be looking at two news regarding Dubai and UAE. And the first one is about Dubai Police. And they have partnered with Rochester Institute of Technology, also called as RIT Dubai branch, to launch Financial Crime Digital Transformation Diploma, and I'm going to be discussing where does cryptocurrency and blockchain protocol help this cause. And the second news is about a standalone episode that I plan to release on stablecoins, so we'll go ahead and look at the history of stablecoins, the different types of stablecoins. We'll also look at the algorithmically backed stablecoins, and quite a lot more. So quite a lot to cover in today's episode. So let's go ahead and kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8 and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Firstly guys, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. a brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. Next, listen, guys, there are 3 things that I'm extremely passionate about. One is extreme heavy metal, ice cold beer, and obstacle course race. And Tough Mudder is one of my favorite obstacle course race events taking place in the Middle East. Now, if you're into running, if you're into obstacle course race, you definitely need to check out Tough Mudder because they have a massive event coming up on the 18th of March, and it is, if not in one of the most beautiful locations in the United Arab Emirates. So listen, guys, go to the website of Tough Mudder Arabia and look at the events. So there are different events taking place. There is 10K events, there is 5K events, and if you have your kids, get your kids along. And listen up, guys, Tough Mudder is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition, a community built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles where stepping outside your comfort zone is a reward. And listen, guys, when was the last time you did something for the very first time? So the event takes place in Ras Al Khaimah, and guys, the location is absolutely brilliant, called as Mina Al Arab in Ras Al Khaimah, and you can register for it now on the 18th of March. So you have a 5K event, 10K event, and if you have your kids, get your kids along. Now, if you do want some heavy discount and get a 15% discount code, use the code George15, which is G for George, E for Elephant, O for Orange, R for Roger, G for George, E for Elephant, 15. That is the number 15. So once again, guys, the code is George15. And look, guys, one of my goals is to do 100 Tough Mudder, and I'd really like to do it in Dubai or in the UAE. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's look at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, yesterday, the global cryptocurrency market was below the $1 trillion mark, and since the last 24 hours, the prices have definitely pumped up to the moon. The global cryptocurrency market is at $1.08 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 5.25%. But listen to this, guys. The total cryptocurrency market volume over the last 24 hours is $89.13 billion. And while I was preparing for this podcast a few hours ago, the total crypto market volume had definitely crossed the $100 billion mark. This is absolutely ideal. Now, since the last 24 hours, it is pumped up by 19.14%. Now, guys, the volume of DeFi is absolutely shocking. Now, really, I'm not sure what is going on in the world of DeFi. Now, the total volume of DeFi is currently at $7.86 billion, but if you look at the total value locked, it is down to $21.37 billion. Now, this could be because of Lido, because of the Ethereum staking rewards, where validators will be able to withdraw the staking rewards, and Lido is dominating factor so far as the staking reward is concerned. That could be one of the reasons why the total value has gone down. The Lido is still dominating, but today the dominance of Lido has gone up by more than double. Now, as of today, the dominance of Lido is 41.45%, and since the last 24 hours, the total value locked in Lido's protocol is $9.93 billion. Now, look, guys, the total value locked is absolutely devastating and definitely one of the worst in the history of DeFi. Now, DeFi accounts for 9.88% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. MakerDAO is number 2nd, and $8.3 billion is locked in this protocol, followed by Aave at $5.23 billion, followed by Curve at $4.16 billion, and Uniswap at $3.36 billion. Now let's look at the volume of stablecoins. Now, the volume of stablecoin has definitely bumped up, and this is because of the collapse of two banks in US, which I'm going to be talking about. And both the banks were related to cryptocurrency exchange, and one of the banks had massive reserve with Circle USDC. So check out my episode that I released yesterday that goes and explores more information. Now, the volume of stablecoins is $85.94 billion. Tether USDT accounts for $66.04 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $7.75 billion, and Binance BUSD at $9.41 billion. Now, keeping all these things in mind, guys, stablecoin accounts for 95.68% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, the prices are definitely looking green. But could it be possible that once the CPI numbers are out, the prices will drastically go down? We'll definitely go ahead and explore that in a bit. If you look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin's market cap has definitely pumped up, and it is currently at $472.8 billion, and Ethereum's market cap is $205 billion. The 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is $46.7 billion. Ethereum is $14.3 billion. The dominance has drastically gone up for Bitcoin, which is a good thing. And there are a couple of memes circulating right now. As the banks are collapsing, Bitcoin is definitely staying steady. Now, as of today, the dominance of Bitcoin is 43.73%, and Ethereum's dominance is 19.02%. Now, guys, today's episode, I'm going to be looking at the market cap of stablecoins and smart contracting platforms. Now, Tether USDT's stablecoin is relatively the same, and it is at $72.89 billion. Now, in today's matrix, if you were to compare the 24-hour trading volume, it is at $66.04 billion, so it does make sense for the market cap to be relatively high. Now, Circle USDC's market cap has gone down by $1 billion. Now, a few days ago, we looked at Circle USDC's market cap. It was at $44 billion. It went down to $40 billion, but since the last 24 hours, it is down by another $1 billion. Now, as of today, it is $39.50 billion, and Binance BUSD's market cap is exactly the same at $8.37 billion. Now, guys, let's look at the smart contracting platform. Ethereum's market cap has risen to $205 billion, followed by Binance BNB at $48.49 billion, and surprisingly, guys, Cardano's market cap is relatively the same at $11.99 billion. Now let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. The prices of Bitcoin definitely pumped to the moon, and it was on the verge of crossing the $25,000 mark. Now, as of today, it is $24,512, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 9.21%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 9.02%. Ethereum is at $1,682, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 4.94%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.84%, and Binance Coin has remained steady at $306. And since the last 24 hours, guys, Binance is pumped up by 2.04%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.51%. Now, in today's episode, guys, we have quite a lot to cover, but let's kickstart by talking about the banks that have collapsed in US. Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank both have gone completely belly up, and Reuters has put up an article stating state regulators closed New York-based Signature Bank on Sunday, and it was the third largest failure in US banking history, And this happened 2 days after authorities closed down Silicon Valley Bank in a collapse that stranded billions of dollars in deposits. Now, unfortunately for the cryptocurrency world, both of these banks were crypto-friendly. So the term that is going on right now in the cryptocurrency world is cryptocurrency unbanked. Now, I kind of 100% agree to it. Now, guys, you need to remember the collapse of this bank has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, but because of liquidity crisis. So both of these banks had a bank run, and unfortunately, this has had a negative impact on investors and customers of these banks. And how has cryptocurrency reacted? The prices of Bitcoin has pumped up to the roof, global cryptocurrency market has pumped up, and the volume of stablecoins has definitely pumped up. But I'll try to give out different reasons as to why the prices have pumped up. Now listen guys, as of today, centralized cryptocurrency exchanges and centralized cryptocurrency solution providers are suffering because of a lack of access to banking solutions. And could this be the time that leads us to innovation, where we are able to offer an alternate solutions for centralized exchanges and centralized cryptocurrency exchanges that need banking services? Now let's discuss some news regarding Circle USDC, because few days ago, because of the collapse of SVB Bank, the reserves of Circle USDC definitely suffered and the depegging was much below the 88 cents. Now as of today at 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time, Circle USDC is pegged by 99 cents, which in hindsight is a good thing. And according to Web3 analytical platform watchers, a total of $314.16 million USD Coin was sent by its issuer Circle to Ethereum null address with header 0x00 on March 13th. And because of that, guys, the value of Circle USDC or the pegging gets closer to $1. But because of the open nature of blockchain protocols, absolutely anyone can validate these transactions. And this is one of the key differentiations between open blockchain and centralized system or open blockchain versus private blockchain. The Cointelegraph did publish an article earlier that stated that USD Coin is going to survive Silicon Valley Bank's collapse, but this should inspire advocates of cryptocurrencies to prepare for future systemic shock. Look, guys, if you look at Circle USDC, they have clearly proved that in terms of crisis, they can definitely withstand pressure. And if you look at it, Circle USDC in comparison to, let's say, Bitfinex's Tether USDT or even Binance's BUSD has definitely stood tall. And recently, guys, there were concerns in cryptocurrency market over the news that billions of dollars of USDC coin, the second largest stable coins, were locked up in the distressed SVB Bank or Silicon Valley Bank. And this caused USDC to lose its dollar peg. But it has become clear that USDC creditor Circle has regained full access to its funds. So USDC is definitely going to survive the Silicon Valley Bank's collapse. And guys, in my podcast, I've several times mentioned, when you look at the transparency and the audit of Circle USDC, you're probably 100 times better than Tether USDT. However, this event should inspire advocates of cryptocurrencies to prepare for future systemic shocks. And it is important, guys, to note that achieving stability in an unstable world is a challenge that's bigger than crypto, and preventing future systemic shock calls for rethinking of the tenets we once believed to be infallible. And guys, listen, the panic over Silicon Valley Bank is almost over, but the onus is now on the crypto industry to regain trust in stablecoins that are at the bedrock of the business. It's necessary to remember, don't trust, verify. It's crypto's core mantra. And as Andreas Antonopoulos often says, not your crypto, not your coin. But guys, it's also important to remember, despite the cryptographic proof, it still remains a business that runs on faith. Unfortunately, Bitcoin was created so that we do not have trust in a centralized entity and place that trust on cryptography, hashing algorithm, and mathematics. So in summary, guys, while the recent tremors caused by Circle's exposure to SVB have reverberated through the cryptosphere, USDC is definitely going to survive Silicon Valley Bank's collapse, and the crypto community should prepare for systemic shocks. And in case if you guys still don't know what was going on, Circle's USDC is a stable coin designed to maintain a 1-to-1 ratio with the US dollar through its tokenomics, which are based on the amount of fiat collaterals held in reserve. But what happened on 10th of March, the token lost its peg and after its custodian bank Silicon Valley Bank or SVB faced a bank run due to failed leverage long positions on the US Treasury. This caused concerns among investors and triggered panic, resulting in USDC dropping at a historical low of 87 cents. However, guys, Circle, the issuer of USDC, had reassured investors that it will incorporate funds and external capital if necessary, and to defend USDC and ensure it remains backed by fiat collateral. However, guys, Circle, the issuer of USDC, did reassure investors that it will use corporate funds and external capital if necessary to defend USDC and ensure it remains backed by fiat collaterals, and that is exactly what it did. And despite the debacking event, USDC has since recovered to trade at around 99 cents, although some crypto whales reportedly sold USDC at the bottom, causing significant losses for them. Now, this incident has raised concerns about stablecoins and the ability to maintain the peg through systemic shocks. However, Circle's commitment to defend USDC, coupled with government intervention to protect depositors of SVB Bank, has elevated concerns over the stability of the stablecoins. Nonetheless, the event highlights the need for crypto industries to prepare for future systemic shocks and regain trust in stablecoins, which are a critical part of the crypto ecosystem. Now, guys, in hindsight, if you look at it, because there is a central entity such as Circle and the consortium that manages Circle USDC, they were able to pull this thing off. Unfortunately, in the case of Terra Luna, because of the decentralized nature, because of the distributed nature of the system, it is impossible to take some maneuvers in a short notice. Now imagine what will happen to Tether USDT once Tether USDT collapses. I think it might have an absolutely devastating impact for the price of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Now guys, let's discuss a massive news that is going to take place later on today, and the CPI numbers, that is the Consumer Price Index data, is scheduled to be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And look guys, based on these numbers, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will definitely go in either direction. Now the official information to look at the CPI numbers is Bureau of Labor Statistics. And guys, while LinkedIn a few months ago, I did post a survey and asked people where is it that they look at CPI numbers or inflation numbers, and I'd given them a couple of options, and one of the options was Bureau of Labor Statistics, and unfortunately it was the least option selected. Now listen guys, if you want to look at information regarding the CPI numbers or inflation numbers, the only website to look at is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now once this number is out, I'm pretty much sure it's definitely going to play a role in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now keeping all this thing in mind, is it the reason why the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have pumped up? I definitely do think so, but I could be wrong. And guys, also to remember, on the 22nd of March, Federal Reserve Board Chair will be announcing the interest rate hike. But what has happened is that earlier today, Goldman Sachs has reported that they expect that because of the banking financial crisis, most likely Jerome Powell will not be increasing the interest rate hike, because if he does do that, it'll cause a lot of stress in the US economy. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Jerome Powell does on the 22nd of this month. And Bitcoin article states, Goldman Sachs bank economists, led by chief economists, detailed that in light of the stress in the banking system, we no longer expect FOMC to deliver a rate hike in its next meeting on March 22nd. Now, if that thing happens, there is a possibility that the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies might temporarily pump up once again. Now guys, let's discuss another massive news all the way from Facebook or Meta. And this is definitely not a positive news. And Meta is scrapping its NFT token features across its social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram. And this happened 10 months after they first launched. And Stefan Kastrelkas, who's the lead commerce and fintech at Meta, and he previously worked at Upwork and PayPal as well, he took to Twitter and he actually mentioned that Meta is focusing on other ways to create supporters, people and businesses. Now he did actually add that the firm is prioritizing ways for users to connect with their fans and monetize, and will focus on tools such as building payment rails on its platform and through messaging apps. Now could it be possible that Meta is planning to incorporate a payment system instead of NFTs to monetize reels, the short form videos that feature on Facebook and Instagram? So definitely keep an eye on that. Now, in that series of tweetcasts, he also mentioned that Meta is focusing on MetaPay, the firm's payment platform, which in future could support cryptocurrencies, and they've also had a trading mark filings in May of 2022, so definitely keep an eye out. But unfortunately, looks like NFTs are definitely out of the way for Facebook and Instagram. Now, really, I'm not sure what kind of an impact this will have on Polygon, because Facebook or Meta did actually tie up with Polygon to go ahead and incorporate NFTs on Facebook and Instagram. Now, guys, let's discuss two news from UAE. And the first news is about Dubai Police Headquarters. And the Dubai Police General Command and Rochester Institute of Technology of Dubai have launched a diploma in financial crime, digital transformation, and the program aims to equip participants with the necessary skills and expertise to combat financial crimes and improve their professional capabilities. And the launch occurred during the second edition of World Police Summit, which brought together over 200 experts in the field of police and law enforcement, and the summit discussed the latest advancements, strategies and innovations in the law enforcement and security spectrum. And Major General Jamal Salim Al-Jalaf, the Director of General Department of Criminal Investigations, highlighted the importance of developing effective responses and security systems in cooperations with partners and institutions. And Dr. Major General Saleh Abdullah Murad, the Director General of General Department of Human Resources, stated that the diploma reflects Dubai Police's commitment to training on qualifying human cadres and redefining their expertise, and the program is established in partnership with leading educational institutions worldwide. And Lucas, historically, Dubai Police have been very proactive in launching NFTs, and they've released 2 batches of NFTs. So Dubai Police is definitely technology friendly, and they're definitely taking interest, particularly in NFT and Web3 space. And Dr. Yusuf Al-Asaf, the president of Rochester Institute of Technology in Dubai, expressed his honor in partnering with Dubai Police to create the future in the areas of advanced technologies and foresight. And the program will help boost Dubai Police efforts in future foresights, particularly in terms of digital transformation in the security system and the qualification of human caterers in the field. And the program, guys, will improve participants' knowledge on producing evidence-based and explainable machine learning tools such as artificial intelligence systems, robotic process automation, and emerging blockchain technologies. And the program will equip participants with necessary skills to face multiple challenges. And the program aims to enhance the security of societies. And few days ago, guys, I did talk about chain analysis. They had quite a lot of training sessions for employees in Dubai Police, if I'm not mistaken. Now, financial crimes come in many forms and constantly evolve, with criminals becoming more skilled in executing criminal activities, especially those related to technology. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies have emerged as new avenues for financial crimes, and the diploma in the financial crime digital transformation will provide participants with necessary skills to combat financial crimes related to cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies. And the program will equip participants with knowledge on how to produce evidence-based and explainable machine learning tools such as artificial intelligence systems, robotic process automation, and blockchain to combat money laundering and various other financial crimes. And if you look at the whole nature of blockchain, all transactions are publicly verifiable, and doing forensic analysis can definitely help a long way in preventing financial crimes with the use of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. And the program will help participants stay updated with latest advancements, strategies, and innovations in the field of law enforcement and security spectrum, including the leading global challenges faced in efforts to combat crime and maintain safety and security. So definitely brilliant stuff. Now, guys, let's discuss the second news from UAE. And this news is about a standalone episode that I plan to release on stablecoins. Now, if you do want to participate, to have any thoughts and comments, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, in the standalone episode, guys, I'm going to be discussing the history of stablecoins. We will look at the market cap versus the 24-hour volume. Now, there is a massive difference between the market cap and the 24-hour volume of stablecoins. And guys, since the last half of 2022, the volume of stablecoins has drastically gone down. So we'll go ahead and explore that in detail. We'll also go ahead and explain stablecoin usage versus cryptocurrency usage. And one thing, guys, which I often say in my podcast is stablecoins should not account for more than 40% of the total cryptocurrency market volume. Unfortunately, stablecoin accounts for well over 90% of the total cryptocurrency market volume, and this is definitely not ideal. So in that standalone episode, we'll definitely go ahead and explore that in detail. We'll also look at the top stablecoins. We will also look at decentralized or distributed stablecoins and what is the future of distributed stablecoins, and are stablecoin issuers acting as a role of bank. And Gary Gensler, who is the chair of SEC, is definitely not a fan of stablecoin issuers. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that in detail. We'll also look at the key differentiation between stablecoins versus fiat currency versus cryptocurrencies versus central bank digital currencies, and are stablecoins using open blockchain. One thing which I've mentioned several times in my past, guys, stablecoins are not using open blockchain protocols, and your stablecoin transactions can be censored as well. So we'll definitely go and explain that in detail. And one thing, guys, which I particularly don't like is stablecoins have proved to be a safe haven during time of inflation. And in my Crypto and Coffee 88 podcast, I'll be looking at these numbers on a daily basis. So we'll go ahead and explore an amalgamation of all these thoughts. And we'll also discuss how the transparency of stablecoin works, who does the audit, and can an average individual go ahead and validate these audits. And we'll also discuss MakerDAO. And look, guys, in the world of DeFi, MakerDAO is often considered as a boom on DeFi. So we'll definitely go ahead and explain how DAI did actually start or create the invention of DeFi. And we'll look at algorithmically backed stablecoins. We will also look at the different algorithmically backed stablecoins and some of them which are currently in works. We'll also discuss the collapse of Terra Luna and what were the implications because of Terra Luna and quite a lot more. And towards the later part of the episode, we'll also have a comparison between stablecoins versus central bank digital currency. And guys, are central bank digital currency a threat to stablecoins and vice versa? We'll go ahead and look at that. And guys, ever since Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta, there's massive hype about Metaverse. So we'll also go ahead and look at the use case of stablecoins in Metaverse. And are stablecoins a good form of payment and medium of exchange in the Metaverse? We'll also discuss war on stablecoins, and something which is going on since September of last year is a war between Binance BUSD and Circle USDC. So we'll go ahead and explore the war on stablecoins, particularly Tether USDT, Circle USDC, and Binance USD. And we'll also look at what would happen if Tether USDT were to collapse, because I've often said the black swan event in the cryptocurrency world will be Tether USDT. So we'll go ahead and look at what would happen if Tether USDT were to collapse. So I'll be covering quite a lot of this, and I'm pretty much sure that there are a couple of points that I might have missed in this episode. So stay tuned for that episode, and if you do want to participate in it, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Edit from Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series. Your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series. Your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Rama who asks, will the bank run have an impact on banks in UAE and cryptocurrency? Definitely not, Rama. To be honest, Rama, it might not have a massive impact on other banks in US as well. And the reason being is both the banks that have gone belly up, they do have government bonds, and because of that, the funds are 100% safe. So to answer your question, it will definitely not have an impact, something similar to what Lehman Brothers had in 2008. And because the banks are backed by government bonds, even Circle USDC is 100% safe, unlike in case of, let's say, Terra Luna, because it was completely not backed by government bonds. The project went completely belly up. But unfortunately, Rama, because of this, it'll definitely have some drastic impact on the price of cryptocurrency and blockchain and cryptocurrency firms. Now, all the firms that are associated to them, I'm pretty much sure that they might get liquidated. For instance, look at Bitcoin mining industry for an example. Let's say if they had some fundings with SVB Bank, and because of the liquidity nature, it might be possible that they might be forced to file for bankruptcy. Or let's say if there is a small cryptocurrency firm that is offering services, and if they have the fundings or backing with these banks, then there is a very high chance, unfortunately, that they will be going belly up. So to answer your question, it is definitely not going to have an impact on UAE banks, but it's definitely going to have an impact in the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain protocol. And to be honest, Rama, it was a bit of a shocker when I saw the prices earlier on today, that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has pumped up. I wouldn't be surprised, as and when the CPI numbers are going to be out, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will absolutely falter. But once again, so far as price predictions are concerned, Rama, I could be 100% wrong. So to answer your question, Rama, no, it'll definitely not have an impact on banks, but it'll definitely have an impact on cryptocurrency platforms that were connected to these banks. I have another question by Raj, who asks, what do you think the CPI numbers would be, and will the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will go down? To be honest, Raj, I have no idea what the CPI numbers are, because what happens is they take an average of different sectors in different industries, and if you go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, they actually provide a very detailed explanation of what each sector is. So it could be possible, let's say in the gas industry, the inflation numbers might be up, but let's say in case of housing, it might go down, and let's say for food and for retail products, it is up and down. But what they do is they take a combination of all these things, and that determines the inflation numbers. So unfortunately, I absolutely have no idea of what the CPI numbers is. But what I'd really recommend you to do is, Raj, Jerome Powell will be going live on YouTube. Make sure that you watch his session live. And I've said this several times in my podcast. Whenever he goes live, he does provide crystal clear information. And unfortunately, the mainstream media puts up a completely different narrative, which is completely often different to what he has said. Now, you'd be surprised how it is possible, but unfortunately, mainstream media is kind of fake news. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, Jerome Powell will be going live. He will be announcing the detailed CPI numbers. Make sure you listen to him. Then what you can do, Raj, is compare it to what mainstream media does, and you'd be surprised often what they say is completely different. And one thing which I've said in my past as well, in one of the events that he went live, he was asked 8 times, is the US heading for recession? And all the 8 times he said no, that US is definitely not heading for recession. The demand for labor market is really looking good, probably the best in 50 years. So the US is definitely not heading to recession. And what the mainstream media did actually publish is that US is heading for recession, and Jerome Powell is not clear what the future of recession is, which is 100% contrast to what he said. All the 8 times he actually said that the US is definitely not heading to recession. So once again, Raj, I have no idea what the inflation number is. I would strongly recommend not to look at mainstream media, not to look at, let's say, Reuters, Bloomberg, fake news CNN or CNBC, but watch Jerome Powell live, and he goes live on YouTube, and the session lasts for only 40 minutes or so. Listen to it maybe at 2x the speed, so you'll get information from first source. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, and check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.